AQuest is the accountability framework for Nebraska schools as a result of LB 438. I think more importantly though, we're really viewing AQuest as an opportunity to start additional dialogue around continuous school improvement. And the State Board of Education has really been adamant about building an accountability system that is much more than a test score.
Now, we're really looking at the whole child and identifying how can we be successful and transition this child out of high school into college or into a career.
The framework includes additional pieces beyond their state assessment scores, so schools also have an opportunity really to think about how they're engaging communities.
Well, AQuest is very exciting because it gives us an opportunity to transition from the testing model of accountability to something different, something that is more relevant to a student's success or failure later in life. And it gives school boards the opportunity to collaborate with their partners in the community and really be not just leaders in the school district, but leaders in the community.
It's an opportunity for ELOs to really think about how they contribute to continuous school improvement and how they would support what's happening in a school day.
Oh, I think our after-school programs provide a unique opportunity after the bell, of course, after the day is over, to give some experiences to our students that we can't normally provide during the day.
There are a lot of people sitting on the sidelines in a community that want to contribute and want to help, but perhaps they may not know the best way to do that. We hear a lot from business and industry who want to be engaged in the local schools, in local communities.
Do we find ways for middle schools to visit different businesses so they can see what a banker does or what an engineer does?
Community partnerships, I think, will grow as a result of this because it elevates that conversation.
Communities in the state of Nebraska can look and evaluate to see what is going to be successful for their kids and their community. They're going to be able to look at other communities and identify partnerships that are working. They're going to be able to collaborate with their own communities and think outside the box and find ways to transition their kids from pre-K to K-12 to after high school. And it's really exciting to see the possibilities.
What we're seeing are ELOs taking those career readiness standards and intentionally embedding into the work that they're doing. As schools are working through the framework and identifying what additional practices or policies or procedures they may need to implement that supports continuous school improvement, I think it highlights the role that expanded learning programs would play. So it's really by positioning and aligning with AQuest, I really see ELOs as part of a holistic continuous school improvement process.
When I look at before and after school programs, we look at it in terms of how can we expose kids to opportunities that really give them a chance to determine what they might have interest in later in life.
One of the pieces we're looking at right now is an hour of code or programming, and finding time during the regular school day can be somewhat difficult to provide that extra programming. And at our ELOs, our middle school can provide clubs on programming. They give students a chance to experience what programming is or just experience that technology or that career path.
STEM opportunities, which are prevalent, I know, in a lot of our existing community learning centers. We could do a lot more with that, and tutoring, and just giving kids opportunities to engage in activities where they learn how to critically think and collaboratively problem solve and create deeper adult relationships, where so many of the children that are in our CLCs right now don't really have that.
But putting those skills into application, whether it's through robotics or cooking or it could be a number of different things, but it's taking what we learned today and then after school applying it to a skill. And the skill doesn't have to be career oriented, it just has to be a skill they may use in everyday life. And I think that's the power in that, is filling those gaps and making the connections.
So that's where ELOs really are, I think, the most powerful, is providing those additional opportunities and hands-on experiential pieces.
It's about how do we help all of our 245 school districts see that ELOs play an important part in helping students be college and career ready.
Every community has different resources available. So it's not going to be uniform, unfortunately. But I think once again, it's just going to take inspired leadership from our school leaders, our school officials, school board members, and school administrators to be out among their community groups and promoting what can be done.
The community-school relationship is going to look a lot different over the next 5 to 10 years. Schools are going to identify best practices. They're going to be able to see some communities do things, whether that be a career pathway, whether that be an after-school program, whether that be just a collaboration and a welding program in the school. They're going to see things that schools are doing. They're going to have ideas. The community can come to the school with ideas for collaborations, and schools are going to embrace that. And AQuest gives us the opportunity to embrace that. So the whole network of school community partnerships across the state of Nebraska is going to thrive, I think.
What's beautiful about it is that we all get to contribute in how we flesh this out. We have the right leadership at the right time at the Department of Education, and we also have a leader at NDE who embraces the voices of all educators and parents and business leaders.
And through AQuest, there is a clear invitation for communities to wrap themselves in the resources around the most vulnerable commodity that any community has, it's kids.